I want to start out by saying how grateful I am to have served with each and every one of you. Not just my Senate and House colleagues, but everyone who helped make my time in the legislature such a purposeful experience. That especially includes my staff, Eric Stocker, Kim Wadaga. Jim, I really appreciated your help. Thank you so much, my friend. Phil Rode, Judy, Cassidy, and my interns, they've helped me so much. After the election, I received many phone calls thanking me for what I was able to do for my constituents in Macomb County. These came from both Democrats and Republicans in the county who said they will be genuinely sad to see me leave. And I served honorably without political bias, and that meant a lot to me. I always thought that was the point. We as elected officials are literally nothing more than the voices of our constituency, and I just so happened to serve in a district that was split 50-50, so I represented everyone. After the election 4 years ago in 2018, the local elected leaders, all of them endorsed my opponent. One also happened to be the mayor of my largest city, and was shocked that I still wanted to meet with him immediately after the election. This time around, none of the Democrats in Macomb endorsed my opponent, and it's for a very simple fact. They felt I did my job. Macomb was a donor county, now it's not, and I thank my Macomb caucus for that, Democrats and Republicans, all of you, thank you. I was told in the past that typically in politics, once you go against someone publicly, it's hard to ever get back in their good graces. I recall my response at the time that the mayor said he was shocked that I met with him, to my district director laughing and saying that does the mayor of my largest constituency and all the other county leaders really think that I would refuse to meet with them over the next 4 years simply because of an endorsement? I would be so callous as to ignore the will of my constituency simply to harbor an egotistical grudge. I had never in my life heard of anything so ridiculously childish. Fortunately, there is a childish element to politics. That's just reality. I've never been a controversial figure, and I always did my best to work with everyone simply to get things done for my constituents, Democrats and Republicans. We are public figures, and we choose to be that, so personal attacks against me never bothered me in the slightest bit at all. In fact, it always just motivated me to knock more doors, engage more voters, and get to know more people, make friends with them. The one exception, and I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up now, was the bizarre attack on my doctoral dissertation. Calling it a manifesto was a deeply wounding insult to all the incredibly brave women who participated in that study, most of whom were brought to tears by the impact of it. Whoever came up with that attack, I would suggest that they Google what a dissertation is. I get it, politics can be an ugly business, but does it also have to be stupid? I mean, is that really what's best for the state and for the country? I always thought Michigan could be better. 4 years ago, when I got into the legislature, I started a bipartisan aerospace and defense caucus. This was not a random act. Most Michiganders don't know the history of their own state. During World War II, we had absolutely no military might at all. It was Detroit, with its manufacturing base, that essentially built the entire United States military, giving us the moniker the arsenal of democracy. Detroit and the entire state of Michigan saved the whole world, and almost nobody in this state remembers that. I wanted to recreate that brand for our state, and especially wanted to do that for metropolitan Detroit, which is always getting slammed as a bad place to live across this great country. Most people here don't know the lengths that I really went through to make this a reality for Michigan. I met with leaders in other states. I met with leaders in other countries. I met with leaders from the United Nations. I even met with the Pentagon immediately after creating my caucus with my friend, Representative Joe Tate, who was my co-chair, started the caucus with me. Upon arriving at the Pentagon, they said that this caucus was long overdue for Michigan, but asked me what the goal was for the state. I said it's simple. Growing up in Macomb County, and Mark Hackle will agree and reiterate this, Michigan could be the aerospace, defense, innovation, technology, economic driver of the whole world. Washington, D.C. loved the ambition, but were very clear with me on the perception of our state's brand identity nationally. They said, Senator, there is not a single state in this country that thinks Michigan is currently the leader of any one of the items that you just referenced. Well, that's not close to reality. It's certainly what the rest of the country thinks about us. I spoke to stakeholders in the state of Texas, and they said, Senator, your state should never lose business to us, or any other state in this country for that matter. You have a manufacturing might that is unprecedented in all of human history. You have water, natural resources, restricted airspace, academic institutions. You're sitting on a gold mine that nobody has really truly figured out how to mine yet. Something General Paul Rogers and I would frequently talk about. What your state is truly the worst at, possibly in the whole country, and they told me this very bluntly, is that you have no idea how to market yourselves and sell yourselves to people. Detroit can be the new Silicon Valley if we just marketed it properly, and instead of all the students who graduate U of M moving to Texas or California, this trend could be reversed. Well, how do we fix this? Well, it starts with working together and getting past the political infighting. My friends, my colleagues, we have more assets than any other state in this country. It's about time we started to work together, truly believe in ourselves, to become the economic driver of this country like we once were, and once again start acting like winners. I want to finish my speech by thanking my wife and family for sticking by me throughout these past 4 years. Politics really doesn't bother me at all. I love it for all the good and the bad that accompanies it, and I truly love everything about it, but can only imagine and barely empathize what it's like for my family members who must stand by me throughout the craziness of it all. I can't thank my wife, Laura, enough for allowing me to pursue my dream of public service and then stand there by my side throughout every single moment of it. And what's a blessing, amazing blessing, has been every day to have had my first child, Evelyn, during my time as a state senator. Overall, this has been a truly amazing experience, and I just want everyone to know I loved every single minute of it, serving with and for you. Please know that I'm always there for all of you if you ever need anything from me. God bless this current legislative body and those who will come after it. Thank you.